Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of Witches and Wine. This is the show where we talk about witchy stuff and we drink wine. Clink and drink.
It's been a while. We've been out of practice. Lola has taken a month off of drinking red wines, and she just got back off the wagon.
I was going through the whole month of June, but I figured, we got a few more days left.
Well, she was getting migraines, and she wanted to find out if the wine was causing some of it, and so we've just cut back on our drinking of wine the last month.
It's kind of influenced the lack of witches and wine, and also we've just been really, really busy. So, but before we get into that, I am your hostess with the mostest, Lola Stardust, and I have here my wonderful husband, Silenus Stardust, and he's going to tell us about the wine that we're drinking this evening.
Hi guys, long time no see. We're glad to have you back. Please don't forget about us. We didn't forget about you. Tonight I chose Cloudlift Halcyon. This is a 2009 from the Columbia Valley in Washington State. It's a classic Bordeaux blend. It is, let me give you the exact numbers here. It is 67% Cab Sav, 21% Merlot, and 12% Cab Franc. So, Franc.
Sinatra.
Yep.
Okay.
If you can find them, get your hands on them. Really, really well-crafted Washington Bordeaux style blend. Gonna run you about $20 to $30 a bottle, somewhere in that range if you find them.
I think I've lost my. I have to get used to red wine again. It tastes good, but my taster it's strong.
Well, it's an intense wine.
It's a very intense wine for me to be.
Well, and this has had 10 years of age. I mean, and this is a 2009, so
yeah, that means nothing to me.
It means that the flavor has been intensified and it has become more rounded out, and so the flavors are really gonna pop.
Yeah, well, it's good. It's a good wine. I'm probably gonna get tipsy off of one. I'll be all like,
good
hey,
episodes. These are the episodes you guys always tell us are your favorites. So.
Yeah, we haven't had those in a while. So, well, thank you, Silenus, for introducing the wine. Tonight we're going to talk about one of the reasons why we haven't been on for a while is we've just been really, really busy. I'll catch you up a little bit. I feel like we haven't been on since like Spring Mysteries and Beltane. And
I think we hit one in May.
Yeah, we had one a few weeks ago with Angie out in the backyard.
Yep.
Yeah, but before that, it's been really hit and miss. Yeah. We've just been so busy. Every weekend is Coven or something else. So, like, if there's a weekend that there's Coven stuff, then the next week there won't be Coven stuff, but there's, like, something going on. There's something we're doing
We've
for
had
the
birthdays
community. Oh,
or
my gosh.
Community events, kids getting done with school, getting the summer started.
Yeah, it's just been super busy, so...
But we want to come back. We want to be back on the regular, doing shows again. Yeah. So don't forget about us. We are here.
We're here. We just, life happens. So, what are we talking about tonight?
So we're going to talk about the role of a High Priestess.
Really? And who would that be?
I don't know. I can't wait till we meet her.
I know.
It's almost like she's been on camera. She might be looking at you as we speak, but I don't know.
Why is that? I hate this. There we go. Okay. So, and we can't do live anymore on YouTube. They have a new policy where you have to have over
1,000 subscribers.
Have over 1,000 subscribers, and then you can do live. Now that circle won't disappear.
No, you press it there to have it focus, because.
That's okay.
Yeah.
As long as it's focused. So yeah, fuck us, people.
So I want to talk to you about what it means to be the High Priestess in a coven, what the roles, responsibilities, the roles that you have to play, and how you have to manage differently based on which coven member you're dealing with.
Ooh, I don't know why I did that.
I mean, in a sense, isn't it kind of like parenting?
Yeah, it's like being a teacher, a parent, a boss. It's all wrapped up in one. And again, like I say, I am only a couple years into this, being in charge of a coven, and so there's a lot of just kind of going by my gut instinct and what needs to be done, but it's not that part. I'm got a pretty good understanding. The part that I always say is like the administration side. So the planning and all the, clearing the calendar, making sure everything's done, making sure everyone has copies of the ritual, making sure that everyone knows when to be there, what to bring, doing all the behind the scenes stuff of planning, like not getting to sit and watch, but more be behind and organize. And there's a lot of that. There's a lot more than I expected. I have the hiccups already.
He's like, you okay over here?
It's from the wine.
This is seriously her first glass, guys. So.
Well, no, I cheated on your birthday a little, but
no, I mean
actually,
tonight.
Tonight, yeah.
No, on my birthday you cheated a lot.
On red wine, I thought I just drank alcohol.
Oh no.
See, it shows you what I remember.
You probably drank a bottle and a half of red wine on top of.
Why don't you let everyone know what we did that night?
We drank on my birthday.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay.
Anyway,
we celebrated my 40th, and
we finally got recovered from it a few days ago.
Yeah.
It was fun. It was a lot of great people showed up, and we had a good time. But anyway, so yeah. Yep. What else do you want to ask me?
when you're high priestessing with the individual compared to the group, how different does it feel?
Well, when you high priestess one-on-one, there's a lot of ministering, because sometimes they'll come, members will come and just need to vent, and I'm there to listen. Sometimes they come, and you have to be able to read it really well, because there is a gift of some sort of counseling. You got to know, like, do they want you to help them, mm-hmm. or do they just want you to listen? Okay. And sometimes you don't know, because you got to be able to know your coven members really well, which I do. So, but there are times when it's hard to read people. It's hard because I don't want to just be that. You got to balance between you need to do this and I'm here to listen and guide and help you if you need it. So you got to find that balance and be kind of right in the middle of it and kind of sway one way and the other. I'm learning that being a high priestess, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of the balancing of and also the balancing of I'm friends with these people. So I always say, all right, I'm putting on my high priestess hat, or I'm taking off my high priestess hat, and now I'm putting the friend hat on. Because sometimes it's just right down to this really has nothing to do with our coven work, or this is just stuff. But that's finding that role of friend / high priestess. I'm learning it. I'm learning how to balance it. It's all a balancing act. It's all very much reading off of the person I'm talking to, their energy, how they're, and I'm pretty good. I mean, I wouldn't be a high priestess if I wasn't good at reading people. So I'm pretty good at reading people and telling when I need to back off or telling when I need to maybe go a little further. But I get, just because I'm a high priestess doesn't mean I don't need my priestessing. And I do go to my...
Well, and that's where I was going to go. My next question was, is it, how therapists see therapists?
Yeah.
How other Christian clergy talk to other Christian clergy. They talk to archdioceses and so forth. They're going up and up. Yeah. Asking questions. Where do you go?
I go to my I go to Bella a lot. I also go to the high priestess that was in my old coven. So I talk to them, and I talk to my other third degree that's in here, Morrigan. I talk to her a lot. Okay. And I also talk to my other, I utilize just, I always tell our coven sister, Isleen, she's a first degree, but, it doesn't mean that I don't go to her, and because she's very, what's the word? Like, she is, her perspective is...
She has a good perception. She's perceptive of the situation.
Of the situation, but it's not just that, it's, I can't think of the word.
Insight on it?
Oh my God, what is the word? It's, I swear to God, this is my first class. She sees she can be logical about it, or more,
so analytical.
she brings the analytical part. because I can get really emotional, and sometimes I'm like, I need to call Lean because she can see it from the whole picture sometimes. So I mean, I have a bunch of people. I have you that I talk to, but we have a different relationship. We're married, so and we share a lot more information together. And you're a high priest and practicing, so I'm trying to guide you. It's different with everyone, it's very different.
No, and I understand. When you're dealing with a coven mate and there's something that you want to tell them, like, say there's something you want to tell me as your husband, or you want to tell me as your coven mate, but you're afraid to as your husband.
So if I need to talk to you about your role in the coven and maybe something that needs to be improved or not, but I don't think we have that problem.
Well, no, but I'm saying, how would you think you would handle a situation or something where you have to come to someone and talk to them about something that's not comfortable? Because there are times, and I imagine this goes for every clergy, that you have to have conversations.
Yeah, you got to have those uncomfortable conversations. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just kind of...
Is it an ounce of honey, then the lemon, and then a little honey?
Yeah, it's the sandwich, the bookends, You really are good at this. Then you do the middle, blah, 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 maybe improve on this, or let's work on this, and then you end it with the compliment. So, I mean, that's just a really good format to go with, because this is like sensitive work.
Oh, yeah.
This is a person's spirituality and...
Well, it's like you said, it's their leadership, but it's also their friendship, and so that's got to. I can understand at times that's got to be a hard juggle. I know that in the training I'm going through, it's time to have to separate. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be for you.
It's not really worse. It's just...
It'll be more intense.
Yeah,
I say worse than like is in.
A
bigger role.
I'm just really lucky that I have a coven that understands that I'm practicing too, because I haven't been doing this that long. So sometimes I call, I get my guinea pigs, like I'm like, okay, this is my first time, I got to do this. And everyone's very understanding.
Oh, yeah.
And
we're very receptive to it. Because a lot of us are learning this is our first time being in a group as well.
And I'm really big into practicing what I preach. So I like to make sure that what I do is also to show those who are studying to move up into ministering and priestessing and priesting or whatever. I want to make sure that I'm walking the walk, talking the talk. I want to make sure that I'm not just talking the talk, that I'm walking the walk. That's what I meant. And that it's a learning. It's a learning experience for everybody. It's an opportunity to learn on all ends. Because that's the whole point of this, is it's not just me running the show, but it's like, okay, I need to have this talk with whoever, and I want to show that I take it seriously, or what I do is I really try. We're human, we're not perfect, although I can be perfect. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding. I'm not. I totally am. Totally kidding. But it's just a very, and it gets more intense and more real as time goes, and as I deal with more personalities and more, and also the responsibility that I have, not only to my coven, but to the community.
Well, yeah, because you're a representative head.
Yeah, and once you have that title, or you can have titles all you want, but you got to show that you're worthy of that title. I mean, you don't just sit back on your laurels and go, I have this title, so give me the, you got to be out there. And that's why I try to be out in the community and show them that, I'm putting in the work and I'm here. And so it catches me off guard sometimes when people say, well, just in the community, the pagan community, when they say, well, talk to Lola, she can priestess you on this. And it's someone that I may not know, and sometimes really quick I'll go, why are they oh yeah, that's
kind of what your role is.
That's what my role is, and so it's...
Because you're not just a high priestess for us, but you try to be available to the community at large.
And it's what I signed up for, I want to priestess, I like to help people, And you have to remember that I learn just as much. I never stop learning. I don't know. I'm not like, and I know all and let me pass it. It's like I learn every time I interact with someone. So.
And that's what I was going to go with. This my next question is, how often are you learning lessons about every different aspects from when you're priestessing and dealing with the different people in the one-on-one and in the group collectives? That I can imagine that you're just absorbing information all the time. I know I am.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine the level you are at this point, because I definitely defer to you because I learn from you daily.
Yeah.
And I when I'm seeking guidance, you and Morgan are a lot of my sources.
Yeah.
Just being our third degrees and our High Priestess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can't imagine how much you're absorbing from all of us, your practitioners, and then the community at large when you're dealing with other elders, other leaders, and then their groups, and picking up the new information from them. How have you tried to incorporate some of that into our practices going forward?
Well, again, it's about...
Sorry, long-winded question.
That's okay. When I encounter someone, whether it's in our circle or in the community, I think I learn every time I encounter someone, more so than I don't learn something, because it's different personalities, it's different situations. So, man, I got the hiccups. What is going on?
The wine has opened up and it's wonderful right
It's
now.
really good, but I'm like,
He's back.
I'm back. Woo. I love information and I love learning, and it's wonderful to deal with different personalities, because of course we're going to have all different personalities in our circle, but there's even more different ones in the community.
Oh yeah.
So I'm very eager to see, I like to see what can I do to help this person, and in that interaction, how is it helping me? I always look at it, because more than not, it's going to be a learning experience for me. But I think that's what I was taught. I was taught we're always the student and the teacher.
Absolutely.
Oh, I'm the teacher and the student. It goes in a cycle.
I don't think you can be an effective teacher if you shut yourself off from learning.
Yeah, you can't. I've known people who say, I've learned all I need to learn and I know what to do and now I'm in this position. It's like, well...
That's a very closed-minded...
You're not going to grow. We grow constantly, and our craft is about...
evolving.
Yeah, we evolve, and that cycle that happens, and it changes, and it's different every year. And I'm different today than I was a year ago today. It's like, and that's why we learn about the wheel of the year. It's a wheel. It's and what we go through is that way. And so I really keep my mind open to what can I learn from this, because I've talked to people where I'm like, wow, they gave me a lot to think about. Maybe not even knowing that they did. They just being there and their situation made me come home and go, okay, so there's that. That was something that...
A whole different perspective you
never
thought of or whatever.
And I get excited because I'm like, that's really... And I love studying people. And when someone of a whole different personality that I've never really dealt with before, I get very excited. It's almost a challenge to me to do that. So, but yeah, with all those responsibilities, I hope I'm doing a good job, and I'm always trying to do the best I can, and I'm gonna make mistakes. I've made mistakes already, but I'm very open and honest. Yep. I'm open and honest with people and say, look, sometimes, my mouth goes, bleh, and says things, and I'll have to apologize. I didn't mean to put that out there or whatever, but I find it more of a positive. I don't think I've had any really negative experiences.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's been very positive.
Good.
But I do have a lot to learn, obviously.
Well, absolutely.
And there are things that sometimes keep me up at night. I worry about my circle a lot. They're my children. You guys are my children, and we are children of the cross. I get teased a lot.
We get called mom and dad by our coven mates.
Yeah.
Oh, mom and dad are being mom and dad again.
Yeah, I get called, oh, Hecate's here, because when I invoke Hecate, she's very much, I know, we got the pan over here. But when I invoke Hecate, she wants everything in order.
Yeah.
And let's get, and it's a whole different. You can always tell when Hecate comes into me.
Well, we know.
Because I'm very like, hey, what's up? And then I invoke Hecate, and it's like, just let's get this shit.
Let's put it this way: when she invokes Hecate, she don't even drink wine.
Yeah, Hecate doesn't like wine. It's weird.
Yep, she's just.
Well, I think me and Rick from Squirrely have talked about Hecate is a whiskey person or a bourbon or something. We were talking about.
She likes a little more of the fire water.
She likes the fire water, yeah, because we've done that a few times. But the wine, when I'm invoked as Hecate.
Well, that might be an episode we have to do. Is a fire water episode.
Fire water. The fire water.
Oh, God. Can you imagine what we'll look like by the end of that episode?
Oh, jeez.
If we're sipping whiskey all the whole time?
I know. Clink and drink. Anyway, we're at 20 minutes. I think we're good.
Yep.
Yeah, short and sweet, but we're going to start trying to do these every week.
Yep. Get back on the wagon of being responsible and talking to the community at large, because I get a lot out of these discussions, because it's a learning process, because I get to ask questions or listen to even just listening to subjects I don't know about, or even I do know about, and it gets me further knowledge.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's
the constant learning,
and every member of our coven has some wonderful strength to add to the circle that I learn from all the time, and it's just a real joy to be High Priestess of this coven. I mean, this is our baby. Yep. This is gonna, hopefully our circle will grow and go on and evolve, and so, but yeah,
always improving.
Yep. Always striving to be the best witches that we can be. Be all that you can be. That's the army, isn't it?
Yeah, we're not the army.
Oh, jeez.
We support life, not killing it.
No
judgment against the army.
Yeah, I'm going to say, no military people, we love you.
We love you, and we respect what you do. We honor your service.
Can't do that.
Yeah, we're just not, can't imagine going through that, but we appreciate
I was like, watch what you say, because our soldiers, we do support our soldiers.
Absolutely. And everyone should. They're doing their job.
And that's
hardest job. Shitty job.
A shitty job.
And we thank you for your service and everything you do. Please, don't think we hate on you.
That's you. You said it.
Okay, don't think I hate on you.
I'm like, we don't.
I often see soldiers at where I work, and I thank them each and every time for their service.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I think we've made amends as much as we can. All right. Well, thank you for
rejoining us.
We're
not dead.
We'll get back into the groove where I'm a little out of practice, but practice makes somewhat perfect. So. Remember, if you have any questions or you want to be on our show, I know there's a couple people out there that want to be on our show, so we got to get the good computer from Isleen so we can do the Skype calls. And you know who you are. There's a couple of you, Lawrence and Rebecca, want to be on our show. Call in on Skype and talk about stuff. So
and didn't we have a girl from Florida that we wanted to kind of reach out to that reached out to us?
That's right.
And
anyway,
so
we got to go through our emails.
We got to get, like I said, we've had a lot of life going on.
Yes.
But we want to get this back in order because this is something that we really
enjoy doing it. And I've missed it.
Yep.
I've been kind of out of sorts lately, just overwhelmed and stuff. It happened. High Priestess, overwhelmed.
Yep.
You got to balance High Priestess. You got to balance family. I have to balance things. I got to do fun things for me and not always be just So, anyways, but if you have any questions, want to be on our show, you can email us at
crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
What was that?
crossroadscoven@gmail.com.
Thank you for being on our show.
Thank you for joining us tonight.
Thank you for joining us. Remember, walk with the goddess, be kind to one another, and until next time, blessed be, clink and drink. Oh. I'm going to have more of this. Bye.
Absolutely. Bye, guys.